Warrior cooldowns have been and will always be the best. You know why? Because Warrior's fucking man mode. Fucking man mode. Let me tell you a little bit about Vengeance. Vengeance has always been this. Back in 2.1, that is how good this cooldown is. It has never changed since 2.1. Now, before 2.1, we don't talk about, well, you guys want to know what Vengeance did before 2.1? Vengeance was like a 2-minute cooldown, and all it did, it lasted like 10 seconds, and all it did was the reflect. It didn't give you any mitigation. So this is what Vengeance did. That's all it did. Vengeance to me is the best cooldown I've ever seen in a video game. Ever since 2.1, this CD has made the other tanks better. And I'm going to explain why. Because if you notice, on every tank, you have a Vengeance. Obviously not the reflect, because anything other than Warrior's pussy mode. But what I'm trying to say is Shadow Wall used to be 3-minute cooldown at 30% and only 10 seconds. But they changed it to be Vengeance. They changed Paladin Sentinel to be Vengeance. That's how good Vengeance was. And this has been in the game since 2.1. This is the best cooldown. This cooldown was so good that they gave this cooldown to every other tank. Whenever you guys use your 30%, just remember that it all came from this CD. That's a little bit of backstory on Vengeance. So basically, man, look, this shit's standard. You got a 20% on 90 seconds. You got 2 minutes on 30%. You know, this shit's good. So then you have, all right, Raw Intuition and Nascent Flash. I'm going to cover these last because I have a lot to say about these, because for some reason, a lot of people think that this is really easy to use and people overvalue Nascent Flash, which I think is really stupid. So Thrill of Battle, super good. They buffed the recast. They nerfed the duration. I think the duration used to be 20 seconds. But the really cool thing about this, man, Equilibrium is also super fucking good too. Really cool thing about this is Equilibrium is buffed by Thrill. So if you use Thrill, then use Equal. Oh my God, look at that. Look, dude, are you fucking serious, man? Holy shit. 80k heal, bruh. I don't think I need to say any more than that. I'm just gonna not use Equilibrium again so you guys can see. So this is really fucking strong. On the other tanks, you have to think about, is this enough mitigation? Now, is this enough mitigation is a slightly different mentality than will I survive this? You think about, will I survive this on Warrior? This is where I think people overvalue TBN and undervalue skills like Thrill and Equilibrium, because people don't know what EHP is. EHP is your effective HP. Okay, let's say that a boss hits a Warrior for 110,000, but a boss hits a Dark Knight for 100,000. Well, if the Warrior has 20% more fucking health, then the Warrior actually took less damage. So at the end of that buster, the Warrior is going to have more HP. People don't think about that. People don't understand that. Okay, people don't understand that when you use Thrill of Battle, this works for magic, this works for physical, this works for everything. People consider this a weak cooldown. And I don't necessarily think this is a weak cooldown, because this works on everything. You can also use this to buff Shake. I'll get into Shake in a little bit. But the really good thing about this, and this is why you have to think, how much am I going to live after this ability? Because you can use Equilibrium as a cooldown in a sort of way. If you live through the buster, okay, which is not hard, because I mean, you have this, this is free every 25 seconds. So in a lot of cases, you have Raw Intuition and you can have Thrill. Now I know that's 2 CDs, but Warrior has an extra CD. If you live through the buster, which is not hard, you can use Equilibrium to help top yourself up. So basically, once you get hit, you can time Equilibrium to happen right after the hit. And you can get the Equilibrium in between the hit and the auto. And in cases like that, which is not that difficult to do, it takes a little bit of practice. It's not that difficult to do. You can even do it. You can even practice it on the open world. You just go out, attack a mob, wait till you see the auto attack, and then right after that, use Equilibrium. Or you can wait till the cast bar fills. Some mobs do cast bars. Wait till the cast bar fills. Wait half a second after, use Equilibrium. In that case, that Equilibrium was also 42,000 EHP because it heals you. It's self-sustained. Now, does this work for one-shots? No, obviously. But the point is that it's really hard to be one-shot in this game, man. Where people think TBN's value goes up, I actually think it goes down, and I think skills like Equilibrium go up. With all this being said, Equilibrium in a lot of cases, it synergizes a lot with this ability and also Holmgang. So I think Equilibrium is really underrated sometimes. I really do. And I think Thrill is underrated sometimes too. Those are my thoughts on Equilibrium and Thrill. I'm a big fan of these, man. This might sound weird, but I feel like that Warrior's skill cap defensively is higher than the other tanks. And the reason why is because you have different ways to mitigate. On the other tanks, it's one way. Mitigation, that's it. That's it. There's no other option. But on Warrior, you can heal yourself. A Paladin can Clemency, but it's a cast. It's not instant. You want to try to not do it. It's not free. It's not the same. I'm not saying Clemency's bad. I think Clemency's good. But I'm just saying in this case, it's just not the same. Playing defensively on Warrior is slightly higher just because you have different things to think about. You have more options to think about. So Holmgang. This is my favorite invuln. It's been my favorite invuln since 2.1, and it's only gotten better. When you look at invulns, you want to take them on a fight-by-fight basis, typically. I'll give you an example. Look at the current rate tier. Current rate tier is in E9. Warrior is the only tank that can invuln both of the anti-air. It is the only tank that can invuln 1 and 3 of the busters in E10. E11, it doesn't matter. And E12, Warrior is the only tank that can invuln the 2 final busters in the last phase. Also, Warrior is the only tank that can save Lion runs by using their invuln and not relying on a healer. Dark Knight can do it too, but if you're saving a run, there's a big fucking goddamn chance that you use that Living Dead. You know where we're going. Oh, yo, dude. You had 2 white mages? Oh, fuck, man. You had 2 white mages and neither one of them gave you Benny? Oh, my God. Wait, what's up? Wait, he actually said that to you? 2 EDs too easy? Oh, my God. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I'm talking to ghosts here. Holmgang being 4 minutes is insanely powerful. It is insanely strong. So now I want to talk about Raw Intuition. I want to talk about Flash. And the reason why that I want to talk about these 2 last is because the skill cap on this is higher than people think. Using Nascent Flash correctly and using Raw Intuition correctly is literally an incoming damage case by case. So what do I mean? Remember when I first started talking about this, I said Warrior thinks about its CDs just a little differently, right? You think about what you're gonna do to like top yourself up with or help out with the healing, because you can actually get out more of your, you can get more from your defensives if you include Equilibrium and Flash. So let me give you an example. Let's say we're fighting the boss here. Now, I got Rampart up, but the boss is gonna hit me pretty fucking hard, okay? The boss is gonna hit me pretty fucking hard, but it's not gonna kill me. The boss is not gonna kill me, okay? So, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I take the Buster, and then look at all this healing. This isn't even the highest healing I could have done either. I could have done a fucking Inner Chaos if I wanted to. This type of shit here, this is the type of stuff you have to think about. Let's say you get hit, okay? Boom, boom. Look at this healing here. Look at that. So like, bruh. Like you take the Buster, you heal up with Equilibrium and Flash. Now, obviously, I'm showing you a best case scenario type of thing, okay? But that's my point here. You can have that type of Nascent Flash, or you can have this type of Nascent Flash, okay? You see the difference in like fucking healing, man? Look at the difference in healing. You know what I mean? Basically, you can have a Nascent Flash that is fucking all Inner Release or an Inner Chaos, or you can have a Nascent Flash that is just like combo based. The skill cap on Nascent Flash, it's not just gonna be, oh, I'm gonna use Nascent Flash every fucking time. It's not. Let's say you get hit with 100,000 damage. So you use Raw Intuition, so now that's 80,000. So you basically have to think to yourself, okay, I'm not gonna die to this attack. Can I heal more than 20,000 damage? The answer to that is probably gonna be, I think I can. Okay, right there's more than 20K. So if we were to choose Nascent Flash over Raw Intuition, we would have more HP after it's all said and done. But you also have to think about, okay, well, am I gonna die from this Buster? If you use Nascent Flash and then you die to the Buster, then you could have all your CDs up in the world, but you're dead. You know what I mean? You're fucking dead. You can't heal if you're in a fucking grave, man. So normally, if you have a CD up, because this is only 25 seconds, man. So if I was gonna tell you which one of these to use, I guess like as a common rule, I would use raw intuition for busters, and I would use this for auto attacks. That's what I would do. It's just a very, very basic common rule, just very basic. Because like I said, man, you're gonna use raw intuition and you're gonna use Nascent Flash, depending on the incoming damage. Like it's gonna be different every time. There's not one single rule I can tell you. What I follow is, I look at my health. Am I full? Okay. The busters in this game hit like wet fucking noodles most of the time. So do I have a cooldown up? I do. Okay, so then I'm just gonna use this. Sometimes your rampart's gonna be down. Sometimes your vengeance is gonna be down, right? So then in that case, you only have these two. Well, obviously, probably not the best to use Thrill, because you're probably going to mitigate more off of this. Because remember, Thrill mitigates in a different way. It's not like mitigation from the hit. It gives you more HP. It is mitigation. It's just a different form of it. The safe bet, you can never go wrong. Use raw intuition. You will always get your value out of raw intuition. Nascent Flash has a potential to give you more value, but it also gives you this too. You also will have a Nascent Flash that looks like this, or it's possible. So there's almost 4K. Look. Okay, see, now that wasn't a lot of healing. So like Shake, yeah, let's talk about this just for a second. So this is a 15% shield that activates instantly, but you know, Thrill, Vengeance, and Raw buff it by 2%. So sometimes you can do some shit where you mitigate a buster. So let's say you mitigate a buster with this, and then after the buster happens, you use Shake. So you can double dip. So now this is a buffed Shake. So now it's 19% instead of 15, which is really fucking good. I would not worry about buffing Shake very often. Sometimes in blind prog, you would think about that kind of stuff. But now with Echo, you will never need to buff this ability. You will never need to buff it. 15% is pretty big for just basic. Yeah, man. I feel like we talked about everything. I can't think of anything else, really. We've just been chilling, man.